Hey everyone, and welcome to today's video. So one of the companies that seem to feature quite a lot on my builds is Leap. So in the past you've seen their bonnet scoops on my car, so I've definitely had them on I think at least the two Clubmans, my green R53, my yellow R56. So I've had at least 4 of their bonnet scoops, and I've always been impressed in terms of their quality of their bonnet scoops, because there's a lot of GRP bonnet scoops out there that don't fit properly. The cut lines are a little bit weird, whereas Leap, they've always been 10 out of 10 in terms of fit and the way they look and work on the bonnet lines of the Mini. So obviously with the R50 build, so the red one that we're working on at the moment, we want to make that car more aggressive. So one of the ways of doing that is obviously that larger bonnet scoop. Now, to complement those larger bonnet scoops that we put on the first gen R53s, you can also get the Cowl vents as well. So you can see these are actually from Leap as well. And obviously once I'd already picked my scoop, which is a Leap scoop for the car, I knew I had to get their Cowl vents as well. So these cowls for the scuttles, they're actually 2 versions of them. I'll put it up on the screen now so that you know. Basically, the main difference is you can see these face forwards, but Leap also do a set that face backwards. Now, there's loads of arguments on the internet on which way you want your scoops to vent, because obviously, especially with a JCW, where the air box sits over on that side and faces in and takes air feed from this scuttle section, if you actually want to get some cold air into there, force into there, obviously the more cold air you can get into your engine, the better. The orange stealth intake as well, which is what I'll be putting on my car, does the same thing. It takes the feed from that scuttle area, so you want to make sure you've got cold air going in. Now, some people say you want the cold air hitting from the top of the bonnet and going straight into there. Some say it'll hit, it'll rotate, go down the screen, and therefore you want these to face this way. Leap give you that option. Me personally, I've gone for the forward facing ones because I like that aggression. I like it when you get sort of hunched down and you look in at that front end. You see that big bonnet scoop and then these big scoops complementing it behind. So that's just personal choice. Either way, whichever ones you go for, the fitting process is going to be the same. So you can use this video to actually work out how to fit either style of the Cowl scoops. So what we'll do, we're going to jump into the box now, see what's in there, and then we'll walk you through the process. I'm actually going to do it on the R50 to show you how to actually fit them, because there's plenty more room for me to show you, get the camera on the underside so you can see exactly what we're doing. But obviously you can see them fitted to the car now. They're not painted. Normally you would go body cut. Well, again, it's personal preference. You might want to go black or a contrasting colour. But these actually fit quite nicely in with the silver accents on the car. This is obviously just a primer finish that they come in. But obviously you'd paint these whichever colour you wanted to before you fitted them to the car. Okay, so what do you get in the box? So you've got 2 of the scuttle vents themselves. So this particular one, I've already gone ahead and put the brackets on it. But you get the scuttle vent, and then you get all the little brackets to actually fit them to the car. You also get a little grill piece that fits in the back of these, so you can cover this open area. So obviously they're finished in primer. Give those a sand over, get them prepped for paint, get them to your body shop or paint them yourselves, and then get them ready to fit the car. So I will eventually send these off with my shell, and I'm going to be painting the whole lot. But for now, we'll show you fit them in the primer colour, because it doesn't really matter for the fitting purposes. Okay, when it comes to removing these, you don't even need to lift the bonnet. You can actually do it just by, there are clips 4 along the back, and all you do, if you apply some pressure here and pull forward and pull up, you'll feel the clips undoing. So that's the clips undone along the back. And then you lift up and away. So you've got those 4 clips along the back, and then these just hook on that front side. So it's super easy to remove those, and we just do the same on the other side. Okay, and on this side it should be exactly the same. It's a case of pulling down, and start from either end, and pull in, and you're just bending this top part of the plastic back slightly until it starts to lift all the way along. Then you slide it that way, and again, that's off. Okay, there's not much assembly to these, but they don't come pre-assembled. So you've got the little bracket, and The way to remember that is a little bracket goes on the inside. So this is going to sit on the driver's side in the UK. So this can be towards the centre of the car, and this end is toward the outside. So what we do, we put the little bracket on, and all we do, put the wing nuts on and put them up just very loosely. You want to do them up enough that there's movement in that metal plate, but not loose enough that with one touch they'll just fall into the engine bay. Then you do the same this end, you just put your metal plate on, and the metal plate points outwards, both do, so the longer side, and that's so that it hooks onto the underside of the scuttle. And you just do that for both sides. It's as simple as that for construction, and then it's just placing on the car and doing them up. Okay, so these are just placed onto the scuttles to start with. Now, one of the things I wanted to point out in my video was I've heard some comments in terms of these not fitting correctly on people's cars, so they've rejected them and sent them back to Leap. That's not the case. So with mine, you can see there's sort of that bit of movement in terms of rocking. If you came and looked behind here, there's like a little gap, but I can guarantee, and I'll show you in the video later, that when you bolt these in place, there's enough flex in that GRP that this rotates down and fits and like suckers to the car, and the fit is much better. So don't let that put you off, because I know some body shops have refused to fit them because they don't fit, etc. For me, I'm more than happy, and I've actually fitted it to this scuttle before doing the video, and I can confirm there is definitely the flex in that GRP. Same with this side. It doesn't quite sit right, but as soon as you bolt it in, tighten it up from underneath, it pulls it into shape, and it actually fits really nicely. Okay. So on the back of here, we've got the brackets as put together, nice and loose. And what we want to do is put the big one under first, and then we come in on this side. And what I'm going to do is just go underneath and just check that that metal plate is going to be overlapping the inside before we do it up. We do the smaller one up first, and all we're doing is making sure it's overlapping at this end. Under the cowl. Now it's easy for me to see. You're going to have to do it by feel, unfortunately. But then this side, we then do the bolts up the same. So we're just doing these two up here on this end. That one's come off. Let's do that one up. It's all right. That. And what you can do is, if you shine a torch in, you can see in through the scoop. So you're able, so if yours did what mine did, at least you can sort of see just through here what's going on. And what we'll do, make sure that's centered up where you want it. Let's bring it down a bit, and then tighten those brackets up. And I can already feel that that's sort of twisting the scoop. So that's nice and solid and attached to the car now. Okay, so that's now attached to the car. You can see all the way around the fit and finish is good on that. And all we do is repeat the process on this side as well. So this one's just placed in, but we'll now repeat the process on this side. Okay, so for the second side again, we've got those flaps just nice and loose. I'm going to turn it round, put the big metal one on the outside, the smaller one on the inside. And then all we're going to do again is just get this inside one, which is a smaller bracket, and just make sure that's that. And it might take a couple of attempts because obviously, as I've said, you've got less room than I have, but it's making sure it's as far this way as possible. And you're doing that up, and you can feel just with just wobbling it whether it's gripping onto the underside of this scuttle or not. So we do that up, then let's move to this side, and again we're just doing that up. And I don't know whether you saw on camera then, I could see it by eye, that it actually pulls straight away. As soon as I start doing that bigger one up, it pulls it against the body of the car, against that scuttle panel. Okay. And that's that side done up. Okay, so we can see now, if we come back, we've got those two vents facing us. They fit really well. And at the moment, obviously, we've got them in the grey primer. So they do contrast a bit with the red. But you can see there, if we come all the way around, you can see the fit and finish there. So I think once those are painted body colour, they're going to blend in really nicely. And I had similar to these on my green R53. And yeah, they look as good. I'm really impressed with those. Okay, so that wasn't too tricky. I know, especially if you've got larger hands, it's going to be quite tricky getting underneath because you've got the brake lines and stuff in the way. But hopefully I've shown you enough on the red car so you know what you need to do. And then it's just a case of getting your hands right underneath and being able to twist those. It takes a bit more time, obviously, when you're doing it on a car with an engine and everything else in place. But it is more than possible, and that's what everyone does. It's just because I had that car to hand, it was easier to show you so I can get both camera angles for you. If you found today's video useful, please hit that like button. That really helps the channel. Then subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get alerts every time we upload new content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.